Sure is hard to get good help these days. Here at Kelly Mountain Woodworks, we believe in standing for the flag and the national anthem. And to honor the 4th of July coming up here in a week or so, we decided that we were going to build an American flag cutting board and make a video detailing the building process. So just a brief description of what we've done is we did the Union out of Purple Heart with silver pearl epoxy stars, and the stripes are walnut and cherry. It was a really fun project, and I hope you guys enjoy the video. I wonder what he's dreaming about over there. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed that intro as much as I enjoyed making it. To start making the cutting board, we're going to start by cutting the Purple Heart into strips and then gluing it together for the Union. While the Purple Heart is drying and the glue up, we're going to go ahead and start working on the striped part of the cutting board. So we'll begin by going ahead and cutting up some walnut and cherry. Once the glue is dry, we'll go ahead and square everything up in the miter saw. I will probably use the CNC machine for this part next time, but I wanted to demonstrate that you don't have to have a CNC machine to do this. But this part will be a lot easier if you have a better bandsaw than I have. Once the Union is glued into the rest of the board, we'll take it over to the planer and make sure everything is nice and flat. Now we can trim off the excess and make sure it's square. Now that everything is flat and square, we're ready to take it over to the CNC machine and start cutting out the stars. You'll notice that the stars look a little bit funny right now because I'm using an 1/8 inch bit to do the pocket, which is going to remove the majority of the material for the stars. And then once this tool path is done, I'll go back around with a 1/16 inch bit to do the outline, which will sharpen up all of the edges. I decided to do 2 tool paths for the stars just to save time, because doing the entire star with a 1/16 inch bit was going to take about 3 hours, and this actually cut it down to about an hour and a half total time in the CNC. I'm using Pro Marine Epoxy for this project, and the pigment is Silver Pearl by Black Diamond Pigments. I was completely out of the white mica powder, and the Silver Pearl was the closest thing I had, but I'm still really happy with the final result. Once the epoxy is dry, we'll run it through the planer a few times to remove all of the excess epoxy. I'm using a cove bit to cut the finger grooves. Now we'll round over all of the edges. And just like the rest of my cutting boards, we're going to start off with 80 grit sandpaper, and then we'll move up from there and go 120, 180, 220, and 320. And now we're at my favorite part. This is a homemade butcher block conditioner that I make myself. It's just 2 parts beeswax to 1 part mineral oil. If you'd like to see a video on making this butcher block conditioner, let me know. I can definitely do that.